Hi, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your March 1st to the 15th, 2020 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also to subscribe to my channel. So let's dive right in, and I'm going to be starting with your spirit animal cards, also your totem animals for this time period. And let's see here. Gemini, March 1st to the 15th, 2020, Gemini. 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 Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. Fantastic. Okay, right here we have the dragonfly spirit, which says truth transcends illusions, which is really going to be big. Oh, and the scarab beetle. And the scarab beetle, once upon a time, in ancient Egypt, was a very, very sacred animal. So here it says the magic works through you. And it really is going to be like something sacred is working through you. That's what I see as the magic. I see that as us connecting with the God's head within us. So that is going to be very beautiful. If you believe in conjuring, then it can be that magic is working through you in a very profound way. Angel and spirit guide. Well, always angel and spirit guide. But let's see, Gemini. March 1st to the 15th, 2020, Gemini. March 1st to the 15th, 2020, Gemini. March 1st to the 15th, 2020, Gemini. Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. Fantastic. So we have here universal light, and this one right here, and angels and masters. So this is all the soul star chakra, which is located 6 inches above your crown chakra. And there are universal messages that are coming your way, and your angels are right there with you during this time, like intensely guiding you. So you're going to have a lot of gut feels, kind of what you're thinking starts to become truth for you during this time, and really embrace it. Really, really embrace it, Gemini. Gemini, March 1st to the 15th, 2020, Gemini. March 1st to the 15th, 2020, Gemini. March 1st to the 15th, 2020, Gemini. Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. Fantastic. 3 of coins is at the heart of everything. You are crowned by the Heavenly Master, which is a Taurus energy. That is so funny because I kept on saying Taurus while I was shuffling the cards before. And off camera, I like to shuffle, meditate upon the cards. And I was like, no, Gemini. And it was like, it kept on saying Taurus. And I was like, okay, we'll see if that comes up in the cards. And it's crowning you. It's on your mind. Now, this could be an actual Taurian that is on your mind, but this is, prosperity. This is abundance. You're looking at things. The 5 of coins is here. The Empress. Wow. Okay. We have the 4 of swords, needing time to rest. We have the 2 of swords. And we have the Temperance here, which is a Sagittarian energy, a time frame November 22nd to December 21st. We have the Devil card, which is a Capricorn energy. This is a time frame of December 22nd to January 19th, which Sagittarius goes into Capricorn, and the time frame of the Hierophant of here, the Heavenly Master, is April 20th to May 20th. Then we have the Magician. Oh, I love that. And we have the Lovers. Gemini, this is you shining through. Okay, you are represented by the Lovers in the minor arcana. You are in the major arcana. You are represented by the Swords in the minor arcana. So being represented by the Swords is being represented by intellect. The directional pull is to the east. So you can find that Eastern influences really inspire you, or you can find that just a pull for some reason to the east. It's kind of like you look toward, sunrises, new dawns, new days. That is what I'm seeing here. and it's intellect and clear thinking. That is really what defines you. Your mind is exquisite, okay? And here at your heart, there is the Three of Coins. And the Three of Coins can be working with others, but here we have a man shooting a bow to, I see it as try to get through the little, eyes of the coins right here, or it can be just to hit the target in general. But there is something where it's kind of like, what is it, 10,000 hours to become a master at something. And you have here, oh, I have to go over these just a little bit more, but you have here the angels and the masters, this profound wisdom, this profound power really guiding you forward, leading you towards something more. And I see this more as you working by yourself. You can work with others if that's what makes you feel more comfortable. But I really see here as you, with the magician especially, you have this power to you. It's the forging of the sword. It's the forging of knowledge. There's a sense of breathing passion, breathing fire, of really looking at things. And temperance represents a Sagittarian energy, which is your sister sign in the zodiac. So there is a sense of having somebody or having something that happens that is like totally in tandem with you, like totally understands you. There is a sense of being able to see something more. And there's a sense of during this time, you believe it and you can make it happen. So be very mindful of your mind during this time, because what you believe, you make happen. And that's really where I see the dragonfly spirit coming in. Truth transcends illusions. By embracing the magician energy right here, your truth, your power, your understanding is transcending the illusions. It could be ideas that you were raised with. It can be, a fact that you thought, oh my gosh, I could never do this. Whatever it was that was holding you back, the illusion of not being good enough, the illusion of I can never accomplish what I truly desire, that is going to be falling away. And you're going to see, now it is, if you truly believe it, if Spirit is saying for some, if you can't move against what others have said, and that has become too much of your truth, it's going to stay your truth. And that can become also where your magic lays. Like, your magic lies on the fact that you could stay stuck, okay? You could stay listening to other people's truths and not seeing how hard you worked, how much you have achieved. And that's where your magic also comes in with the scarab beetle. This is sacred. This is something sacred to you. And the scarab beetle says magic works through you. It does. Brahma said that he hid the God's head within man, because that is the one place that we would never look for it. And that is the one place that you are starting to look for it. You're like, there is this fire, there is this passion, there is this beauty within me, and it brings you to a universal light. It brings you to the light of your truth. And by listening to your angels, by listening to the masters of the universe, you are going to see things really start to align. You're going to see yourself really be empowered, really blessed by beauty. And there is a power to you. There is a power of making what has seemed impossible really become possible. And this is a time where if you have something that you want to do, Gemini, go for it. Take that leap, take that jump, because it is going to be something that you will not regret. You might not get the results that you want from it, but you will not regret. Okay? You will not have regret going after it. You will not regret kind of pushing yourself a little bit harder, a little bit further, because with the Hierophant, with the heavenly master, all right? And that's so cool that you have the angels and the masters here. The masters of heaven and the masters of heaven are being shown here. So again, Taurus energy, time frame, April 20th to May 20th. This is you embracing your truth, okay? This is you following your traditions. This is the major arcana marriage card. It can be literally getting married or meeting somebody and you're like, wow, that person is my person. Or it can be you meet somebody and they understand you and that's how they're your person in that way. But this is also being true to yourself, being married to your ideas, really moving forward in a passion and in a creativity that is profoundly powerful for you. And it leads you to the Devil card. Now, it can also be that you have a strong Taurus energy in your life and you have a strong Capricorn energy in your life that's shining through during this time. Or you're being astoundingly practical. Earth sign energies, people who are very grounded, very stable, okay? I always think of them as having kind of broader shoulders. They don't actually have to, but just kind of like built to last. very much of the earth. They're sensuous, they're practical, they're earthy, they're down to earth. They have, this kind of way about them where if it's not a green thumb, then it's making ideas grow, it's making passions grow, it's making things become more. And with the devil card here, you see, this doesn't look scary at all. Yes, you have the bull holding the chains and you have the horse holding this spear, but there is a sense of like what you had once feared is not going to be as terrifying as you had thought. And there is also a sense here of looking at yourself, at what you want. Okay, Gemini? And this is addictions. Okay, the devil card could also represent addictions. Now, this could be drugs, alcohol, sex, food, shopping, everything. You can go on and on with what people can be addicted to. But this is also addicted to self-doubt. Putting yourself down, surrounding yourself by negative people, looking at patterns that are unhealthy for you and saying, you know what, no. Once upon a time, I needed this. Why? It can be something that you needed to grow from. Sometimes the hardships that we are put through, we don't see the reason for them until years, decades down the road. All right? It's lucky if you can see it really, kind of close up, because then you could be like, oh, okay, that's why it was there. Well, it's still fresh in your mind. But a lot of times life doesn't work that way. And so here, you're setting yourself free from the chains. And the chains, to me, are also the chains of society. What are the expectations of you from other people? It's not what you want to do. It's what you think you're supposed to do. Does it go against you completely? Does it make it feel like it's hard to breathe? Do you think you're supposed to do things one way, but you find out that if you do things a little bit less structured, a little bit more creatively free-flowing, is that better for you? And it's also saying, I'm not going to fall into the patterns of fear. If I can't do it A, then I can do it B. If I can't make it this way, then I will make it this way. It's having that determination. It's putting in your 1,000 hours. It's 10,000 hours. It's, knowing what it is that you want. And it's also knowing during this time, you have to rest. You're going to try and burn the candle at both ends. Why? Because you're going to sit there and be like, sleep is for the weak. Without sleeping, you become weak. I mean, I'm definitely one for burning the midnight oil. I like being up at night way more than early in the morning. So that is something, like, if it's your natural rhythm and how you feel the best, then don't feel like you have to change it again unless you have to change it for work. But there is a sense here of needing to rest and needing to look at everything that you've been through. Because there is going to be the sense where you think, like, if I just keep moving, if I just keep changing things, it'll get better. But those same problems, they follow you because they're like the shadow. They're like your shadow, and they're just with you. Because with the Four of Swords, in medieval times, in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, this is represented by a coffin with 4 swords hanging above. Because in medieval times, when a knight came back from battle, a tradition was to lay in your coffin and think of all the ways that you shouldn't or you might not have come back from battle. And so it's kind of like addressing the hardships and the pains that you have been through, which is also going to be something that's on your mind when it comes to the devil card, when it comes to the fact of, like, am I moving in the right direction? What have I achieved? You're going to be really hard on yourself, Gemini, with certain things and be like, oh, okay, I should have just gotten over that. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm so weak. I'm such a baby, this and that. And really what Spirit is saying here is like, stop, because you have achieved so much. And as you realize this, as you let yourself stop and take in what you love, you have you right here. You have Gemini represented in the major arcana. You have your love, your passion, your joy. And I love that these are 2 little kids playing, because there is something so innocently beautiful about watching kids play. Just, they're having a great time. Their laughter is infectious. The way that they can be just absolutely enchanted by the littlest things. You're like, oh my goodness, it's heartwarming. And I see this as you look at everything that you have been through, Gemini, as you look at everything that you have overcome, as you start to see, okay, yes, I need to work on this area, I need to work on that area, but I also need to kind of go slowly into my future. You start to embrace love and joy and happiness, and just have that beauty around you, have that peace, have that prosperity around you. And it's moving forward in absolute love. love for what you have dreamed, what you had thought was impossible, that you're starting to realize is becoming possible, the way that you have broken down barriers, the way that you are moving yourself forward. And as you do so, you have the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords is, okay, so you have the essence of you shining through. You are driven, you know what it is that you want. There is a part of you that can conjure what you desire. What you focus on becomes your reality. So be very mindful. Be very mindful of your mind, okay? Because there is greatness being achieved, but you need to rest. You need to take in everything that you have done because you're at a crossroads. Now, this crossroads can very well be influenced by earth sign energy, by practicality, right? And you might sit there and say, I have to be practical. Yes, we as human beings, we have to be practical. And I myself, as a Gemini, I know that sometimes practicality is not our strongest suit. I'm just going to kind of call us out. If you're a Gemini who is astoundingly practical, that is awesome. That is awesome. But I know for me, it's like, you have to look at things and be like, okay, you have to do it anyway. Kind of buck up and keep going, because that's just what needs to be done. And you need to look at the practical side of things, because it's kind of like being caught with your pants down. You don't want that to happen. You're not sitting there looking to be caught unawares. And so as you're looking at these crossroads, you're going to see two options really set before you. One, more the road of a dreamer, more the road of an idealistic person. The other road, more practical, down to earth. You can feel it as a soul-sucking road. I'm not trying to be mean here, but there is something where I just see you don't want the joy to be out of life, because I just keep on seeing and hearing children's laughter around you. It's like there's this joyful, infectious beauty around you that you want to keep going. And as you're looking at what you desire, as you're looking at what you want, a third road starts to open up. A different way starts to manifest itself forward. And it brings you to the Empress. It brings you to this beautifully prosperous time, this absolutely exquisite woman who is just the pinnacle of prosperity, abundance, what you think a lady should be. And if you aren't a lady or identifying as a lady, that's not the point here. What I'm trying to say is there's something beautiful that's coming. And it is embracing your life in a way that is just heartwarmingly lovely for you. There is a power here. There is a power to the nurturing of your creativity, to the nurturing of your passion. During this time, what you nurture really does start to come to life. So if you're nurturing negative thoughts, anger, fear, desperation, that becomes more. If you're nurturing creativity, passion, understanding, that becomes more. And there's a sense of this greater peace being moved towards, being understood. And as you have this come in, this triangle right here is so beautiful. You have the base of the triangle being the Magician and the Lover. So you have it being that you can achieve anything, the four elements coming forward, being a part of you. Also a sense of, of standing before the altar of your existence, being seen, being, who it is that you are. And that essence is just shining through with the Lovers. It's like, this is who I am. And I just see these children going from being these little kids that are playing, that are having fun, to becoming something exquisite. So it's like you're on that transformation to be the exquisite you that you were born to be. And this leads you to the Temperance energy, the Sagittarian energy time frame, October 23rd to November 21st, balance, understanding, deeper truth, deeper meaning. And as you do so, it's also connecting with other people, sharing your story, talking with others, really seeing things moving forward. And as you're doing so here with the Temperance card, it's like, be still. Be still for a bit during this time. And that's very much at your root that really lets you shine through. Because at your root is like learning and understanding everything that you have been through that has made you the beautiful person that you are. And that will move you to being absolutely breathtaking, like just a powerhouse. And then we have the Temperance card here. It's like balance, understanding, Sagittarian energy. This is fire sign energy, directionally moving towards the south. This is dynamic, intuitive, visionary. This can be the energy that is around you. It's like you know that there's something more. There's a greater truth. There's a visionary idea that you are embracing. This is also being astoundingly curious. Come on, Gemini and Sagittarius, put together. That's astoundingly curious, needing to know the answers, seeking deeper meanings to questions type of energy, which brings you to the Five of Coins, which is a bit interesting because the Five of Coins here, it's like stuck with money. It can be that, you have looked at things one way and you were burnt in the past. There is something where like things didn't go according to plan, or you felt out in the cold. It's like you could never be a part of that world. It could be a world of financial security. It could be a world of what you value as being prosperous. It could be a world of simply being like other people and included in. And you might feel like that's never going to be for you. Spirit is saying here that this is for you. This is for you. It isn't just for you to be on the outside looking in. It's for you to sit there and say, this is what I want. This is what I need. This is how I'm moving forward. And I'm not letting people stop me. And I might be out in the cold, or you have been out in the cold before, but that is actually going to be something very powerful for you, because it's kind of like, I know what it's like to fail. I know what it's like to be a disappointment, and you have the repeat of the number 5, or to see myself as a disappointment, to disappoint myself. That could be very much it. You have the repeat of the number 5. You have a repeat of the number 6. No, not 6. You have the repeat of the number 3. And so here, it's like you're looking at things and you're being very grounded, but very much moving towards your freedom, towards your understanding. And 5 is a number that also shows issues being resolved, things coming to a head, and rather quickly. It's not going to be that you need to wait for it. It's not going to be that you will never understand it. It's that you are working so hard that all of a sudden your traditions, yourself, your power, your truth starts having things fall into place. It's moving aside the doubts and the fears. It is moving aside addictions, what everybody else wants of you, and saying, this is who I am, and embracing the altar of your creation, embracing the altar of your existence, and saying, I am moving forward as me. And there is nothing and no one who can stop me. And during this time, you are really going to start off thinking that things can only go one of two ways, and thinking, that you're not really keen on either one of those options. As you're working, as you're understanding, you see that divinity is with you, because 3 is a divine number. You're going to see that divinity is with you. Divinity is working with you. Creativity, passion, power is working with you. And as you do so, you realize that there is so much more to you than you had thought of before, that you were underselling yourself. And as you see this, this is such a powerful line. There's this balance that comes in. And you see your hard work and you honor that hard work. It's like, wow, I just haven't been sitting, doing nothing. I have been building. I have been creating. I have been, putting in my 10,000 hours. I have been, going after what I desire. And that brings a sense of beauty, a sense of accomplishment, a sense of prosperity around you, which has you noticing what you were born for, has you looking at what you truly want, and it has you seeing your subconscious message of justice. Now, this is an air sign energy, a time frame of September 23rd to October 22nd. And this is going to be justice coming in, a balancing of the scales, a realizing of your power, a sense of, this is what I have fought for, this is what I have earned, and this is what I want. It can also be a Libra energy coming around you, because the justice card is representative of Libra, and that's the time frame that was given. And so it can be that, you see this person comes in, and they're very, very fair. And just like with the Hierophant, the heavenly master energy, just a very fair. It's kind of like, this is the way it needs to be. And then there's this energy that's passionate, intuitive, that is about balancing, understanding, sitting there and looking at the logic and looking at the prosperity side of it all and saying, here we need to see how to work these two together in a very harmonious but very powerful way. And that's where the Capricorn energy comes in. It's kind of like being super practical and kind of fitting all the puzzle pieces together, which brings you to seeing your power, to seeing what you can create, and lets you know that you're just a bit of magic. Really, seriously. Your subconscious chakra message is rebirth. You're going to feel reborn, reinvigorated, re-empowered, And this is the Earth Star chakra, located 6 inches below your feet, which moves us to your subconscious spirit animal message, which is the porcupine spirit. It says time for a beginner mind, which I always thought was rather confusing. But beginner mind is something in Buddhism where it says look at things as if you are a beginner. Look at things as if you haven't been looking at it before, and see what new ideas come your way as you kind of put on new eyes, as you see things in a new light, and as you embrace things with new inspiration. All right, Gemini, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you, and I love you all. Bye.